Hi guys, I'm here today to do another product review. I actually recorded a video back in I guess April, mid-quarantine, kind of like showing you guys all of the new things I was using, whether it was new things that I had recently purchased or new things that I had just started actually using again or using more religiously. And then the Kenzzi was one of the things that was on that list. I never ended up uploading that video. I never ended up even editing it, and now it's so outdated that it wouldn't even matter. But I'm talking to you guys today about the Kenzzi at home laser removal, laser hair, the Kenzzi laser hair removal machine. It's an IPL. It's for at home hair removal, basically. So me, in the middle of quarantine, not being able to physically go waxing, I needed to have something to keep up with hair removal without having to shave, because I had gone so long without shaving. I knew that me reverting back to shaving would kind of make me lose all my progress, especially in my bikini area. With my legs, I tried waxing a few times, but it was just like too painful and honestly too expensive, even though in the past 2 or so years, my hair and my legs has been growing back a lot faster than it was before, probably to hormones or whatever, just getting older. I used to be able to shave my legs and go a few days. Now it seemed like in the more recent months, I would shave my legs and the hair would be grown back the next day. Not fully grown back, but visibly there, you know? So that was really frustrating for me. So I tried waxing my legs, but it was just too expensive and too time consuming and too painful for an area that I didn't care much about. But for my bikini area, I've been waxing pretty faithfully for, I'd say, probably 4 years, if not more. I had some spurts where I stopped because I couldn't afford it or just because whatever. But for the most part, I've been waxing for 4 years. And then I did find out after getting my Kenzzi that you actually have to shave before you use this machine. So I inevitably had to shave regardless. I saw Adrienne Bailon first cover the Kenzzi in one of her videos. I think it was her actual leg care video, after shower video, whatever. She featured this. She had a code for it. I looked into it, almost bought it, and then kind of held out. Then when quarantine came around, I was like, I really need to look back into that. So I looked back into it again. Before I buy anything, really, I always watch 1,000 video reviews. That goes for cell phones, new computers, hair removal kits. I'm notorious for watching as many videos as I can of the product in action before I actually buy it. It helps me get excited about it. It helps me decide if it's worth purchasing. So I did the same thing with this. There's a YouTuber named Melinda. She actually did a very good in-depth review of her experience with the Kenzzi. She did a week-by-week update where she had a new video every week about what changes she was seeing and things like that. It was super helpful in me making my decision. There also is now other companies that also make the same exact product, same shape, same little button, same everything, but they're all under different names. It's essentially the same product. As far as I know, they're all created in the same factory. Don't tell them I told you that, but that's what I found out when I researched it. But I went with Kenzzi. I don't have a code because I'm not popular enough for a code, but they always have a sale, and literally probably all I have to do is just go on YouTube, type in Kenzzi review, and whoever's review you watch, they'll probably have a link in the description for their code. I know Adrienne Bailon has a code. I think Haley Gamba has a code too. I just recently started watching her videos. So you can definitely find a code. I think the code is for 50% off or something. So you're never paying more than $60 for this. I think with tax and shipping, it was $60 for this. I think, don't quote me. So going into it, as being a Black, dark-skinned woman, I was always told when I was younger that you can't do laser. It'll ruin your skin and your pigmentation. I remember a long time ago when I first got into waxing, I looked into laser hair removal, and then I found out how expensive it was. But Jackie Anna had a video on her YouTube channel, and she's a very reputable source for people with my skin complexion, and she explained how she had the same fears, but she didn't have any bad experiences. But you know, you're always told like pigmentation could be ruined. It could really like negatively affect your skin, both appearance wise and actual like physically alter the makeup of your skin. So that's always a caution. There's like a thing on the box of the Kenzzi when you get it that shows you like which skin tones are best suited for the product, which I find that a little bit questionable, but that's a conversation for another time. So anyway, let's get into the reviews. I got this product in the beginning of May. It feels like I've had it a lot longer, but I guess not. I looked back at my email to check when it got shipped to me, and it didn't get shipped to me until like the very, very end of April. So I've only been using it since May. Whatever area you want to laser, you shave it first, and then you laser it after you shave that area. And they're supposed to do that once a week, every week for the first 8 weeks. And then after 8 weeks, supposedly you should be able to go like once a month lasering, and then you should be able to like do it for a longer period of time without having to laser in between, basically. So my legs have seen the biggest results. So like I told you guys before, I would shave my legs on a Tuesday night. By Wednesday night, I already have little pricklies that are not just like apparent to me because I'm touching it, but like literally actually visible to the naked eye, which was so frustrating to me. And I didn't know like why my body was going through these changes. So I was like, okay, legs gotta go. So I shaved my legs. I did the Kenzzi. I would say I started seeing results in like 3 weeks, honestly, if not 2, to be totally honest. I'm not even exaggerating. But now, from like May 5th or so, that's a guesstimation. So about 2 months really is all it's been. So probably exactly 8 weeks. I shave my legs, laser them. I don't see any hair growing back until maybe like a week and a half later. And even then it's not like a full long hair. That's just when it first starts to like be visible again, which is amazing. I mean, to some people that might be like still like too close of a time, but that's amazing to me. So I won't see hair coming up on my legs for about a week and a half, and then I can still go another week after that without shaving if I really want to, where it's not even close to being hairy or close to being gross. You know what I mean? This hair is bothering me. So that's my legs. Best results, best results, best results. I'm sure it'll continue to get better, but I'm more than impressed with that. That's more than enough for me, honestly. Because before I was shaving multiple times a week if I was like wearing shorts or like seeing my boyfriend or whatever. But now it's like, especially since we're in the thick of summer and it's so hot, it's 95 degrees out today. If I don't want to shave for 2 weeks, I don't have to shave for 2 weeks, which is a very long time for my legs. My armpits, I didn't see that great of a result for my armpits. After like week 4, I stopped even doing my armpits consistently because I just wasn't seeing, I think because I was comparing the results from my armpits to my legs, and by week 4 my legs were already blowing me away and my armpits weren't. I kind of got discouraged and I stopped doing my armpits. So as of right now, I've only done my armpits maybe like 5 out of the 8 weeks. The hair has definitely not gotten as long as it would have gotten before. It feels like the hair is still growing back at the same rate, but at a certain length, it's just stopping, if that makes sense. So say my hair starts growing back the next day with my armpits, that's still gonna happen when I'm lasering, but it's just not gonna get full bush, you know? So I'm gonna try to do my armpits again and give it another chance. Bikini, this is what everyone wants to talk about, what everyone wants to hear. The main reason I did this besides my legs was for my bikini line, obviously because it's summertime, quarantine, can't get a wax. So I was shaving my bikini line every week, full shave, no decorations, no landing strips, no nothing. Am I allowed to say that? And then I would laser after. So for my bikini, I think the highest I ever went was like a level 3 on this, which was like pretty high for me for that area. For my legs, I can easily do a 3. For my armpits, I can easily do a 3. For my bikini area, a 3 is like really pushing. I should really only be on a 1 or a 2 just for my pain tolerance in that sensitive area. So with my bikini line, I was like seeing some result. It was definitely, the hair was coming back in finer, but it was still coming back in. I wouldn't say like the very next day, maybe by like, if I shave on a Monday, by like Wednesday the hair is there, but it would be finer, not such thick, bluntly cut hair, which is interesting because I was still shaving, so I don't know how that changed anything. But the results for the bikini line were not that impressive for me. I think Haley Gamba said that she really liked her results with her bikini line. I'm not sure how, because that was the place that I was like most rigorous with and most like passionate about making sure this worked. And it didn't quite work for me enough where I would be able to rely on that as my only form of hair removal. So European Wax Center reopened probably like three or 4 weeks ago. I made an appointment with my usual girl, hey Kelly, and what I noticed was, so I did have to let it grow out in order for that, so I couldn't like shave and laser in between that, in between like the time of me like making the appointment and going in, because like obviously your hair has to be a certain length for the wax to even grip one and pull it out. So I let it grow out for like an extra week or so than normal, and then I let it do its thing, and then she waxed me. It was great, blah blah blah. And then so I told myself like, okay, like when the hair starts coming back, make sure you pay attention to like how it comes back, like thickness, splotchy or all over, blah 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 blah. So when the hair did finally start coming back, it was probably like a full on almost a week after I waxed. Typically before when I would wax, I would have like zero hair for like maybe like 5 or 6 days. That might be yeah, maybe 5 or 6 days. Under a week, but enough time, you know, that you can like enjoy it in that period. And I think what laser hair removal did was it helped me maintain in between waxing. Typically, I've always done waxing, and I've always done, they tell you to do 4 weeks because I know my personal body and I know my personal preference. I would always do my appointments 3 weeks apart. So I got waxed this time with Kelly after lasering, and then I realized, oh crap, it's been over a week. It's been almost a week and a half. I'm halfway to my next waxing appointment again, and there's barely any hair, and it's in very like sparse areas. It's not like full on, it's just like a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit here, you know what I mean? So I was like, maybe the lasering helped with that. So now there isn't as much hair growing back, because you know when you wax, the whole hair follicle is pulled out, which is why it takes longer for the hair to grow back. So you take that on top of the fact that you're lasering that hair and kind of incinerating it basically, then it's going to slow down even more. So now I'm at 2 weeks to the date after my wax. I'm supposed to get waxed next Friday. But at this current rate, I don't think I'm going to be able to have my appointment next week because there's not going to be enough hair to be gripped by the wax, which is amazing to me. It's gonna bother me a little bit because like it's gonna be in that weird like in-between phase, but that just lets me know that this was working. So I think from now on, what I'm gonna do, instead of shaving and lasering, I'm gonna laser and wax and use that as my method of combat, I guess. And I did, once I noticed the hair did start growing back around like a week and a half, 2 weeks, I went ahead and lasered the hair that was on my bikini line without shaving. I just lasered the hair that was there so it didn't like fall off or anything. But that way I'm getting like ahead of the curve so that when I get it waxed next time, there's already like that dead hair, you know? So I hope I'm doing that correctly. I'm not a professional by any means, but I would say for people that have trouble with their bikini line and the shaving and lasering isn't working for you, I would encourage you to laser and then wax and use that as your new formula, because with that, I'm loving the results. I'm really loving the results. So I would say legs are the best, bikinis the next best, and then armpits are the last best. So that's my review. This obviously is not sponsored. I have no subscribers. This isn't even my kind of content that I post on this channel. I typically don't post beauty or product reviews or anything of that nature on my channel. It's very sparse and few and far between. But you can easily find a code for this. I just wanted to give an honest review. I also wanted to make sure that I added to the list of reviews on YouTube, since there aren't that many darker complexioned women that are reviewing these. I'm really thankful for Haley Gamba's review. I'm really thankful for Jackie Guyana's just like advice with laser hair removal in general for people of our skin tone. So I really appreciate that, and I just wanted to add to the vault so there could be someone out there that looks like me that is looking for an honest review and is kind of like on the fence or has been scared by their family members or their mom or whoever that told them they were too dark to do laser. So that was my review, and I wish you guys luck with your hair removal.